Hello there you gorgeous gamers, and welcome back to another Pure Play TV video review, and this time we're rocking out with No Straight Roads on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC. Although No Straight Roads is the first game from indie studio Metronomic, it has some talent behind it with some well-known veterans who have worked on Final Fantasy and Street Fighter V, to name a few. No Straight Roads is a music-themed game, a genre that is scarce these days, sadly, and it adds an extra layer of intrigue. Will it strut its stuff as the headline act, or will it be booed off the main stage? Before we carry on with this video review, do us a solid and hit them like and subscribe buttons down below. Cheers my dears, back to the review. There's no business like show business. Oh, hang on, let's do that again. There's no business like show business like no business I know. Sorry, where was I? Back to the script. Yeah, there's no business like show business, especially when the business is powering a city. Come on, you can't say there's no business like show business and not sing the song. It's law, isn't it? NSR is a massive corporation that runs Vinyl City, and snobbishly believes that EDM is the superior music genre. Idiots. Don't they know that the superior music genre is simply The Killers? And by this point, The Killers is a genre. Shut up. The game's dynamic duo, Mayday and Zook, enter an X Factor style audition as their rock band, Bunk Bed Junction, only to witness the corruption of the NSR judges for themselves. It's here that they decide to take matters into their own hands by hijacking EDM concerts across Vinyl City and showing them the true power of rock and roll. Now, if this plot doesn't bring out your inner rebel, then the rock and roll lifestyle isn't for you. Hand in your drugs to me, please. I'll just look after them. Promise. Let's carry on. From the moment you start playing No Straight Roads, it's hard not to notice its distinct art style. The game pops off the screen with its neon lights and stylistic patterns. Mayday and Zook are fantastically designed characters too, with kick-ass personalities to boot. The voice acting is lovely and really charismatic, but the real star of the sound design comes from the bumping soundtrack with a diverse pool of music from many genres. Yes, the plot suggests that it favours one musical genre over the rest, but over the course of the game it becomes apparent that the game is actually poking fun at the idea of there being one musical genre to rule them all. Music is diverse and no genre is better than the other. Unless it's The Killers, you know? Between gate-crashing concerts, you also get the chance to explore Vinyl City. But would you really want to? Vinyl City feels really empty. There are a few collectibles to gather throughout the city, but in the end it doesn't really lead to anything. Sadly, this dampened the whole exploration part of the game, even if the city is dazzling to look at, there's just not much to do there. The concerts then, they are the main meat. But before you can go crashing into the concerts, you need to go through a mini dungeon of sorts. Each enemy you come across has a minor beat to learn, and it's quite simple if you have any sense of timing. After defeating these little minions, you can make your way through the dungeon with some platforming. Unfortunately, the jumping in this game is absolute pants. There are upgrades for jumping, and I thought that those upgrades would improve the jumping mechanic, but I soon found out that this made no difference whatsoever, and that was really frustrating. When you finally do reach the concert, it's time to crash the party with your guitar in hand and your head ready for some banging. The concerts are performed by NSR's finest EDM superstars, so these clashes take the form of boss battle formats, with a rhythm-style combat twist. You have to keep to the beat of the music, absorb the routines, and learn each individual ploy of the boss battle. For instance, some battles require you to collect ammo by bashing nearby objects, and others need you to parry to the beat. Without a doubt, the boss battles are the highlight of the show. After completing a boss battle, you're given a score. Depending on your performance, you'll gain fans. These fans can be used back at the sewers, which is your unofficial headquarters, and they are used to unlock new abilities and improve your stats from the skill tree, including transformation, finishes, and the useless jumping ability. You can also apply stickers to Mayday's guitar or Zook's drumsticks, and these act as perks for the boss battles. If you want to replay a level, you can put on a show to remember by re-challenging the boss battle. Doing this on the harder settings will reward you with more fans, meaning more upgrades quicker. However, the harder settings really are harder, and you'll really have to be spot on with your attacks, as well as being wary that there could be a lack of audio cues for when the boss will attack. It's worth doing though, as it means you'll be able to get your skill tree flashed out quicker, which will make later bosses easier. Don't ignore your skill tree! So, is it time to call it a day and close the curtains, or will No Straight Roads get you chanting for an encore? In the right moments, the game does really well and excels. From the stunning visuals, the brilliantly written story, and the epic rock out with your cock out boss battles, it's great. Unfortunately, it is let down by some poor platforming and a city that looks alive but is actually very dead. That all being said, music fans looking to blend their passion with their hobby will find a lot to like here. And that brings us to the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you haven't already, do us a massive favour and hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. It helps us bring more stuff for you to watch in the future. See? It's a good thing to do. Until next time, rock on my dudes and lady dudes. Bye!